What's up everybody, it is Colin here. In this video I would like to talk about the different levels of success. As you guys know, I do a lot of explainer tutorial videos on my YouTube channel, but lately I've been also diving a little bit more in the back-end part of business. Business usually is about the implementation process, about taking action. However, the vision, the success, the money, the dreams, that is usually what pulls the business instead of pushing it by taking action. These things are often overlooked. They're not being taught in any courses, basic materials. Usually you would have to get a business mentor if you're on that level who can scope your levels of success. And with these videos, I try to give you an idea behind the different stages, the different levels of success. I just wrote these down a second ago, so I just gave them some cool names. And I'll probably in the future will go do a video for these one by one. If you'd like to see this, let me know in the comments down below. But let's get started with the beginning, because the different levels of success I keep experiencing. It's difficult to explain, but let me try. It's basically that every step you make, every hurdle you get over, and you reach the initial goal you have, the success, and you push beyond, and you experience 6 months later the next biggest hurdle you've ever experienced, you look back and that hurdle wasn't there at all. Like in comparison, relative measurement, the level of success is way bigger, and the previous hurdle you thought was big is now nothing. And that's a big sign of growth, right? That's a big sign of the different levels of success. In the beginning, it might be your first sale. You will be ecstatic about your first sale, but not so much about your second sale. It's already less. Usually it's one sale and then it's 1,000 in revenue, right? The 10,000 a month in revenue for most entrepreneurs is one of the biggest milestones they will hit in their first couple of years of business. Maybe even in your first month of business, who knows, if you're really, really good. So 10,000 a month is usually the first goal. It took me, with CPA, it took me about 6 months, five or 6 months to hit that goal of 10,000 a month. And it looked like such an objective, right? Oh, 10,000 a month, it's like $300 a day. It's like a lot of money, right? But then the next month thereafter, it was the growth. I hit 100,000 a month. The level of success you feel, you experience as soon as you know how to make money or you understand how the system works. It obviously doesn't always work and there are tons of hurdles along the way. But as soon as you figure out the system, you're like adjusting your goals. You're adjusting your perception of success. So in the beginning, you might play around with your campaigns a little, or in any other business, you might appreciate the small things a lot more, right? That one customer that calls you that is happy, or that complaint you solve. The different levels of success are very noticeable in the beginning. As soon as your business reaches maturity, going like 100K, $1 million a month, that kind of stage, you already see the different level of success. You can still remember them, you can still recall them, but they're a lot less intense. In the beginning, things develop very fast and you get like, not a linear, you get like a straight up graph that shows you the different levels in like only a 3-month setting usually. So in the beginning, you might be super happy about 10,000 a month. Then in the growth phase, things are starting to happen very fast. You're going to jump over the hurdles. Before you were walking, then you went to speed walking, now you're running. You're running, and the growth phase shows you what success is. You know, you get your first big taste of success. You might buy like a Lamborghini if that's your thing. You might buy a house. You might invest into other businesses. Now you become an entrepreneur, not an entrepreneur as we see on Facebook. This is the kind of entrepreneur we see on LinkedIn, who owns one or multiple businesses or has a business running more than, let's say, 5 million a year in revenue. Now you really start to look around and you experience a whole different level of success. It kind of feels the same as before, but different. Then as soon as you reach this level, you usually have quite a decent network already. I think this is the stage where I'm in right now. You have like influential people around you, people with multiple businesses, people with tons of money, anywhere up to like 200 million cash. Like these are pretty big ballers. You leverage your perception of success based on those people. So they usually say you are the average person of the 7 people you surround yourself with. If you keep that in mind continuously, your perception of the people you associate with will change a lot. Your success, growth goal, your level of success you would like to achieve or are in right now will be influenced by these people. So if you are surrounded by people who smoke, the odds are high that you will smoke. It's not guaranteed, but the odds are high. If you're surrounded by alcoholics for 20 hours a day, the chances are that you might have a drink every day quite big. Those steps, especially in success, what would happen if you surround yourself with people making 10K a day for 20 hours a day? Chances are that you make at least 1K a day very big, because they will help you, they will assist you, you will learn from them, etc., etc., etc. So the network will really rub on you. And of course, the network is also a different level of success. It is if you are able to not only be business partners or business relations, but be friends. That's very important, and that's usually what I work towards in the vision. So the beginning, the growth, the network, that has all to do with business, right? The vision has 2 sides. The vision is your life, your personal life, and then you have your business life. So the vision is the most interesting part for me, because you are going for this business success for only one reason, which is to enrich your personal life. Whether this is in money, in assets, in tangible goods, in liabilities, or in love, or marriage, or kids, or anything to do with that. Some people have an extreme level of success praising, funding their religion. Religion and politics is never anything I discuss on YouTube or anywhere else. I never argue about religion or politics. Everybody can have their own opinion, just don't blab in my face about it. I respect everybody's opinion regarding those things. Just don't try to convince me of anything, because I don't even tell my point of view regarding those things. I hate arguing about those things because it's never a discussion, it's always an argument. People always start yelling and forcing their opinion on you. Anyway, the level of success in your vision lies within the key success elements. What is it you want and how are you going to get it? For some people, it might be, it might be relationships. I mean, for the last 3 years, 4 years, I've worked really, really hard, like 10, 15 hours a day on developing this business. And then even when you spend like one day with somebody from the other sex, of course, you feel like there's like this connection. And is that connection like for real? Or is it because you haven't felt affection in so long? You know, you're really focused on certain things, and that's the level of success. But the vision, where do I want to work to? Do I want to go lone wolf, hammer down on this business, or do I want to bring in kids and cars and trips, or do I want to be a digital nomad? Do I want to build a house in Russia? All these different options that you have will measure the different levels of success for you, and only you can decide this inside the vision. The vision is different from the dream. The vision is what's shaped continuously every single day. It changes based on previous experiences. So you set out to dream, then you work towards your dream and you experience things, and the vision changes. So the dream might stay the same, but the dream is always a dream, because you will never achieve that dream. Because as soon as you achieve it, something bigger comes along, and that's the new dream. So the dream is always being pushed forward, but you can follow the vision. And the vision will be adjusted. Sometimes you go a little bit up, sometimes we go a little bit down, and the dream just gets pushed back on everything you achieve. On the levels of success, the vision will always alter based on the dream. Well, a good example is somebody in their 20s who say like, oh, business is life, I'm going to build a fucking empire, blah, 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 blah. And then he takes whatever, maybe even a holiday to Poland. He meets the love of his life, and they get married. They have like 5 kids, and all of a sudden he doesn't care about money that much anymore. He only cares about his kids. So then the dream is still there. He would love a Rolls Royce. He would love a 20-acre mansion, but he has settled for a 10-acre mansion so he can work less. And and he spent more time with his kids. So the vision has adjusted very fast, and slowly the dream will also adjust. The perfect world would be where the vision and the dream are one, right? You're working toward the same goal, but life happens, experiences, real life processes like people dying, people vanishing, illnesses. Those things are pushing life processes in a certain direction, which will steer away from your dream, perhaps. Then the last thing I want to touch upon briefly is the team. That's what my biggest struggle has been. I've made tremendous progress the last month only on this, is the team. My success is very fast, very much focused on hard work. So I don't think I did anything special. Yes, I'm not an intelligent guy, but I'm a smart guy. Street smart. I developed this little system and we made like so much money this year. However, I have nobody to share it with. I'm just sitting on a pile of cash and it is lonely. Like, okay, you can buy like a Lamborghini for yourself. And then what? I can drive around by myself in a Lamborghini. That's not it, right? I basically want to build, because business is my thing. I know for sure that business is my one and only true passion. So I want to bring people on the team, especially executives, or maybe even business partners, who create a little family, like create a real team, not just employees. Like I want people who are willing to ride and die on this business with me, who you have in continuous contact every single day. You call a couple of times a day, you get that social interaction, you build this bonds, you go out for dinner, you meet their family, that kind of little family within your business. And that's now starting to grow. And that's like, I never realized this, but this is one of my levels of success. This is something which came out of nothing when I realized, okay, now I have a huge satchel of cash, but I don't know what to do with it. And of course, if you don't have that money, you'll say things like, oh, invest in Bitcoin, buy a house, do real estate. But as soon as you do have the money, you'll realize it's not as easy to decide what to do. And it's not even about obtaining the money. It's about sharing the wealth that is possible with your vision. And I know, like, no disrespect, but on my team, I probably have the strongest vision, which is pulling, not pushing me to do things, because I'm already doing things, So if you get guided by that, the level of success I have for my team, I always tell them, if you join my team, which is not as an employee, but like as a dedicated partner in my little inner circle, like true personal inner circle, you would never have to worry about money ever again. And then everybody's like, oh, but I want to join. And I just tell everybody, you don't want to join this, because it requires such a sacrifice. These guys, they work like 120 hours a week with me together to build this ginormous business empire. And it's moving so fast, because we already say, like, now there's like 6 businesses with like multiple millions in cash flow. There's nothing. Right now there's nothing. So it's hard to believe. But can you imagine 2 years ago when there was minus 10,000? I put 12,000 euros in this business without ever getting any paycheck from it. And I already had this vision, but I was the only one who believed. Then I made my first 500,000. Another person believed in me. Well, this was even earlier. I made my first 100,000 and then somebody else believed in me. Then at 500,000, somebody else believed in me. Then at 1.5 million, somebody else believed in me. So I never take those things for granted when they believe in you once you have the results, because it's normal. I would have the same thing. Like, why would I believe in you? Because we had that connection, right? We were talking way before. And that's what I appreciate more. This is like the combination of all these things. The beginning, the growth, the network, the vision, the dream, and the team. Things are developing, things are connecting. And anything you don't get is pushing you into the direction that you do have to go. So any bad thing that happens to you will result in a good thing if you are willing to pursue it. If you're willing to wiggle your way through and stay consistent. So that's basically all I wanted to say about the different levels of success. If you think this is an interesting topic, because I went like all around everything. If you think that this is an interesting topic, leave it in the comments down below. Then I will make a video on each of these levels in super detailed overview, because a lot of changes are happening in my business. That's why I'm telling you these guys. That's why I'm telling you guys these things, a little bit more background theory about business, not just tutorials and stuff, because I think it's important. Now I notice this is more important than ever and it's often overlooked. So let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.